Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine something. Imagine waking up every morning with a voice inside you that says, "This is my day, I will make it count." Now, what if I told you that the way you talk to yourself for the next 21 days will shape the next 21 months or even 21 years of your life? You see, most people don't fail because of a lack of talent, opportunity, or resources. They fail because of a poor conversation with themselves. They repeat the wrong script. I'm not good enough, it's too hard, maybe later. And so life gives them exactly that, excuses instead of results. But not you, not anymore. For the next 21 days, I want you to talk to yourself like a winner. I want you to program your mind like a champion. I want you to declare success before you see it, discipline before you feel it, and victory before it happens. Say this every morning: I am responsible for my life. Because the moment you take full ownership, excuses disappear. I will act in spite of fear. Fear is the enemy of progress, but action is the cure. My habits define my future. Show me your daily routine, and I'll show you where you'll be in 5 years. I will associate with winners. Your environment is stronger than your willpower, so choose wisely. I am disciplined, focused, and persistent. Not once in a while, not when I feel like it, every single day. I attract opportunities and success, because success isn't something you chase, it's something you become. I am becoming the person I was meant to be. The world needs you at your best, not someday now. Talk to yourself like this for 21 days. Just 21 days. And then watch what happens. Your mindset will shift, your confidence will rise, your results will multiply. The words you speak to yourself are not just thoughts, they are commands to your subconscious mind. Every sentence, every belief you reinforce in your mind is a seed planted in the soil of your future. If you continuously tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," then your mind accepts these as truths and begins to shape your actions accordingly. You hesitate, you procrastinate, and you subconsciously sabotage opportunities because deep down you don't believe you deserve them. But the opposite is also true. When you say, "I am capable, I am learning," or "I always find a way," you rewire your brain to seek solutions, to persist in the face of challenges, and to recognize opportunities that align with your self-image. Most people are unaware of the constant inner dialogue happening in their mind. It's like background noise that plays on repeat, dictating how they feel, what they attempt, and ultimately what they achieve. If that dialogue is negative, their energy drops, their confidence weakens, and they move through life reacting instead of creating. But when the dialogue is positive and intentional, everything shifts. The way you talk to yourself influences how you carry yourself, how you interact with others, and how you respond to obstacles. A person who believes they are strong, resilient, and resourceful will tackle difficulties with determination. A person who believes they are unlucky, unworthy, or incapable will shy away from challenges before they even begin. Your mind is always listening, always absorbing, always responding to the words you feed it. If you say, "I'm tired," you feel more exhausted. If you say, "I'm overwhelmed," your mind magnifies the stress. But if you say, "I am in control," suddenly solutions begin to appear. If you say, "I've got this," your brain starts to look for ways to prove it true. This is not just motivational talk, this is the science of neuroplasticity. Your brain's ability to rewire itself based on repeated thoughts and experiences. The more you reinforce a certain message, the stronger those neural pathways become, making those thoughts your default response. Successful people don't necessarily have fewer problems, they just refuse to let negative self-talk control their decisions. They replace doubt with certainty, excuses with responsibility, and fear with action. They understand that their inner dialogue is not just commentary, it's a script that directs their entire life. They don't wait to feel confident. They talk to themselves as if they already are. They don't wait for circumstances to change before they believe in themselves. They change their beliefs first, and then the circumstances follow. The key is to take control of this internal conversation. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love and respect. Train your mind to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. Become aware of the words you use daily and choose to rewrite any script that does not serve you. Because if you can shift your self-talk, you can shift your entire reality. Taking full responsibility for your life is the turning point between being at the mercy of circumstances and becoming the architect of your future. It means accepting that where you are right now is a direct result of the decisions you've made, the habits you've cultivated, and the mindset you've adopted. It's easy to blame external factors, your upbringing, the economy, your boss, your parents, or even bad luck. But every time you do, you give away your power. When you take full responsibility, you shift from a passive recipient of life's events to an active creator of your destiny. You stop waiting for things to change and start making things change. Most people avoid responsibility because it's uncomfortable. It means admitting that their results, good or bad, are a reflection of their own choices. But the moment you embrace responsibility, you gain control. If you're responsible for your finances, you can improve them. If you're responsible for your health, you can change your habits. If you're responsible for your mindset, you can reprogram your thinking. The alternative is to blame others, which might bring temporary relief, but keeps you stuck in the same patterns year after year. Responsibility may feel like a burden at first, but it is the only path to true freedom. One of the most common traps people fall into is waiting for the right conditions before they take action. They tell themselves they'll be more disciplined when life gets easier. They'll start working on their goals when they have more time. They'll pursue their dreams when they feel more confident. But the truth is, life doesn't hand out perfect conditions. Waiting for the right moment is just an excuse to avoid responsibility. The most successful people don't wait for life to align with their desires. They align themselves with the life they want by taking immediate action. They don't ask, whose fault is this? They ask, what can I do about it? When you fully accept responsibility, you stop making excuses, you stop justifying inaction, you stop complaining about things you have the power to change. Instead of blaming your job, you work on developing new skills. Instead of blaming your past, you focus on creating a better future. Instead of blaming your circumstances, you look for opportunities within them. Responsibility forces you to acknowledge reality as it is, not as you wish it were, but with that awareness comes power. Because once you own your reality, you can transform it. This mindset applies to every area of life. Your relationships, your career, your finances, your health. It's not about guilt or self-criticism. It's about empowerment. It's about realizing that if something is not the way you want it to be, you have the ability to change it. And if something is going well, you acknowledge that it's because of the choices you've made. Responsibility isn't just a principle, it's a way of life. It's the foundation of personal growth, the catalyst for success, and the ultimate key to unlocking your full potential. Courage is not something you wait for. It is something you create. Most people believe they need to feel courageous before taking action, but that is a misunderstanding of how courage works. Courage does not come before action, it comes as a result of action. The moment you move forward despite fear, doubt, or uncertainty, you begin to build courage. The more you act, the stronger it becomes. Waiting to feel ready is the quickest way to stay stuck, because fear does not disappear on its own. It only weakens when you prove to yourself through action that you are capable of facing what you once thought was impossible. Fear and hesitation go hand in hand. The longer you hesitate, the stronger fear becomes. When you delay action, your mind has more time to create worst-case scenarios, exaggerate risks, and convince you to stay where it feels safe. But safety is often an illusion. The discomfort of inaction, regret, self-doubt, and missed opportunities is often worse than the discomfort of stepping into the unknown. The only way to break free is to act quickly. Action interrupts fear. It forces your mind to shift from overthinking to doing. The moment you take the first step, fear loses its grip. You realize that most of what you were afraid of was just a story in your mind, not an actual threat. Every person who has ever accomplished something great has faced fear. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is simple. Successful people do not wait for the fear to leave. They move forward with it. They understand that courage is built like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The first time you do something difficult, it feels overwhelming. The second time, it's still hard, but slightly less so. By the 10th time, it feels natural. What once seemed terrifying becomes second nature, not because the challenge changed, but because you changed. Your confidence grew, your belief in yourself expanded, and your courage became your new default. Most of the limits in life are self-imposed. People assume they cannot do something simply because they have never done it before. But history proves otherwise. People have gone from broke to wealthy, from uneducated to experts, from afraid to fearless, all because they took action before they felt ready. Readiness is a myth. The most powerful thing you can do is start before you feel prepared. Take one step forward, no matter how small. Make the phone call, write the first page, show up to the gym, speak up in the meeting. That single act of courage creates momentum. And momentum creates confidence. Before you know it, you are no longer the person who hesitates, you are the person who takes action. Fear does not disappear with time, it disappears with action. If you want to be courageous, stop waiting for the feeling and start moving. Courage is not a gift reserved for a few. It is a habit that anyone can build. The only question is whether you are willing to take the first step. Your life is not shaped by big dramatic events. It is shaped by the small things you do every single day. Habits are the invisible force guiding your future, and whether you realize it or not, they are either working for you or against you. Every choice you make, every routine you follow, is either taking you closer to success or pulling you further away from it. If you want to know where you will be in 5 years, look at your habits today. They will tell you everything. Most people underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. They believe success comes from one massive breakthrough, but that is rarely the case. Success is simply a result of compounded habits over time. The person who exercises for 30 minutes a day may not see results in the first week, but over months and years their body transforms. The person who reads for 20 minutes a day may not feel smarter overnight, but over time their knowledge and perspective expand. The same principle works in reverse. Skipping one workout won't make you unhealthy, but skipping workouts consistently creates a lifestyle of inactivity. Spending a little extra money here and there won't break you financially, but small, repeated, poor decisions can lead to debt and struggle. The challenge with habits is that their effects are not immediate. This is why most people ignore them. If bad habits had immediate consequences, they would be easier to avoid. If eating one unhealthy meal instantly made you sick, you would stop. If wasting time on distractions immediately led to failure, you would eliminate them. But the results of habits take time to show. This is why discipline is necessary. You must trust that your small actions today will create the future you want, even if you don't see results yet. The most successful people in the world are not necessarily the most talented or the luckiest. They are simply the ones who have mastered their habits. Your habits shape your identity. Every time you repeat an action, you reinforce a belief about yourself. If you wake up early and stick to your commitments, you see yourself as disciplined. If you procrastinate and make excuses, you reinforce the idea that you lack control. The way you see yourself is directly connected to what you do repeatedly. This is why changing habits is so powerful. It doesn't just change what you do, it changes who you are. Building the right habits requires intentionality. You must design your environment in a way that supports your goals. If you want to read more, place books in visible areas. If you want to eat healthier, remove junk food from your home. Make good habits easy and bad habits difficult. Discipline alone is not enough. Your surroundings play a huge role in shaping your behavior. Your future is being created right now in the choices you make today. The good news is you have the power to change any habit, and by doing so you change the trajectory of your life. Success is not built overnight, but every day with the habits you choose to follow. The people you surround yourself with will either lift you up or pull you down. Whether you realize it or not, your environment is shaping your mindset, habits, and ultimately your future. You cannot spend time with negative, unmotivated people and expect to stay driven. You cannot be around complainers and expect to maintain a positive attitude. Energy is contagious, and the people closest to you will influence your thinking, your decisions, and your belief in what is possible. If you want to grow, succeed, and reach your highest potential, you must surround yourself with winners. Winners think differently. They take responsibility, seek solutions, and push forward regardless of obstacles. They do not waste time making excuses or blaming circumstances. Instead, they focus on what they can control and take action. When you are around people like this, their mindset rubs off on you. You start to see challenges as opportunities. You develop the habit of persistence. You become more disciplined simply by being in the presence of those who hold themselves to a higher standard. The opposite is also true. If you spend time with people who are lazy, negative, and uninspired, it becomes easy to adopt those same behaviors. Without realizing it, you start lowering your standards. You tolerate mediocrity. You accept excuses. Over time, you become a reflection of the people around you. The most successful people in the world are intentional about their associations. They do not leave their environment to chance. They actively seek out mentors, coaches, and peers who challenge them to be better. They understand that growth is uncomfortable, and being around winners forces them to step up. It is not always easy. It may require distancing yourself from old friends who are holding you back. It may require leaving behind conversations that no longer serve you. But the price of staying in the wrong environment is far greater than the discomfort of change. If you want to elevate your life, start by evaluating your circle. Ask yourself, are the people around me pushing me forward or keeping me stuck? Are they inspiring me to grow or encouraging me to stay the same? Do they celebrate my progress or make me feel guilty for wanting more? The answers to these questions will reveal whether your environment is helping or hurting you. Finding the right people takes effort. Sometimes you have to seek them out through books, podcasts, or online communities before you find them in person. But exposure to the right voices can change everything. Even if you do not have successful people in your immediate circle, you can still learn from them. You can absorb their mindset, study their habits, and apply their principles to your own life over time. As you grow, you will attract the kind of people who align with your vision. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. No matter how disciplined you are, if you are constantly surrounded by negativity, it will drag you down. But when you surround yourself with winners, success becomes inevitable. You rise to the level of those around you. Choose wisely. Success is not about luck, talent, or perfect timing. It is about discipline and persistence. The people who achieve great things in life are not necessarily the smartest or the most gifted. They are simply the ones who refuse to quit. They show up every day, do the work, and keep going long after everyone else has given up. Discipline and persistence are what separate those who dream from those who achieve. No matter how difficult the journey, the person who remains consistent will always outperform the one who only works when they feel like it. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Most people rely on motivation, but motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel inspired, and other days you don't. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you will never reach your full potential. Discipline, on the other hand, does not depend on emotions. It is a commitment to follow through regardless of how you feel. The most successful people in the world understand that their feelings do not dictate their actions. Their habits do. They create routines that set them up for success, and they stick to them no matter what. Persistence is the ability to keep going despite challenges, setbacks, and failures. Every worthwhile goal comes with obstacles. There will be moments when progress feels slow, when results are not visible, and when quitting seems like the easiest option. This is where most people give up. They expect instant results and get discouraged when things take longer than expected. But those who persist know that success is a long game. They do not let temporary difficulties shake their belief in themselves. They understand that every setback is just part of the process. The only way to fail is to stop trying. Discipline and persistence work together. Discipline keeps you consistent, and persistence keeps you moving forward. You cannot have one without the other. A disciplined person without persistence may start strong but will eventually quit when things get tough. A persistent person without discipline may have the will to keep going but lacks a structure to make consistent progress. But when you combine both, you become unstoppable. You create momentum that builds over time, turning small daily efforts into massive long-term results. The people who succeed in any area of life, business, fitness, relationships, personal growth, are the ones who stay committed when others lose interest. They are the ones who wake up early to work on their goals even when no one is watching. They are the ones who push through frustration and self-doubt. They understand that discipline and persistence are not just habits. They are a way of life. Success is not about how fast you start. It is about how long you are willing to keep going. The game is won by those who refuse to stop. Keep showing up, keep pushing forward, and eventually you will achieve what others only dream about. Success is not something you chase, it is something you attract by the person you become. Too many people believe that success is external, that it comes from the right opportunities, the right connections, or the right circumstances. But success starts within. It begins with your mindset, your habits, your self-discipline, and your ability to take control of your thoughts. Before you can create success in the outside world, you must first develop it within yourself. You must think like a winner, act like a winner, and discipline yourself like a winner before you ever see the results. Everything you achieve in life is a reflection of who you are internally. If you lack confidence, you will hesitate to take action. If you have limiting beliefs, you will sabotage your own progress. If you focus on excuses instead of solutions, you will always find reasons why something won't work. But when you develop an unshakable mindset, when you train yourself to see challenges as opportunities, failures as lessons, and discipline as freedom, you begin to create success from the inside out. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your results. The moment you shift your mindset, you shift your entire future. Success is not just about working harder, it is about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts success. This means developing self-discipline when no one is watching. It means setting high standards for yourself and refusing to settle for mediocrity. It means holding yourself accountable even when it's uncomfortable. The people who win in life are not necessarily the most talented or the most privileged. They are simply the ones who take full responsibility for their growth. They invest in themselves, build strong habits, and refuse to let temporary setbacks define them. Your beliefs about yourself determine what you attempt. If you believe you are capable, you will find ways to succeed. If you believe you are limited, you will find excuses to justify your inaction. The key is to reprogram your mind for success. Speak to yourself with confidence. Train your thoughts to focus on possibilities instead of obstacles. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to think bigger. Read, learn, and grow every single day. When you develop a strong inner foundation, nothing in the outside world can shake you. Success is not an event, it is a process of becoming. It is not about what you get, but about who you become in the process of pursuing your goals. Money, recognition, and achievements are just byproducts of the inner work you do. The stronger you are internally, the greater your results will be externally. The world does not give you what you want, it gives you what you are prepared for. If you want more success, focus on becoming the person who is worthy of it. Develop the mindset, the habits, and the discipline that success requires, and everything else will follow. The real work starts within, and once you master that, success becomes inevitable. Success is not something you wait for, it is something you build from the inside out. It starts with the way you think, the habits you cultivate, and the standards you set for yourself. If you want more in life, you must first become more. Develop the discipline to take action, the mindset to overcome challenges, and the persistence to keep going when others quit. The world does not hand success to those who merely wish for it. So, commit to the process, invest in yourself, and trust that every step you take toward growth is shaping the future you desire. When you build success within, everything around you will begin to change.